Most people know the Christmas story. A baby, a manger, a silent night. But few stop to ask why certain gifts were chosen, and what they truly meant. Because the gifts brought to Jesus were not random. They were prophecies wrapped in treasure. Far away from Bethlehem, in lands filled with scholars and star watchers, men known as Magi studied the skies. These were not kings in the fairy tale sense. They were wise men, trained observers of signs, ancient writings, and divine patterns. One night, they saw something different, a star unlike any other. It didn't move like the rest. Called to them. Deep in ancient prophecies was a promise that a ruler would rise from Israel, a light for all nations. So they prepared for a journey that would take months, maybe years, across deserts, through danger, not knowing exactly where they would end, only knowing they must go. When they finally arrived in Judea, they expected a palace. Instead, they found a house, a young child. No crown, no guards, and yet they knew. They bowed. Then came the gifts. First, gold. Gold was not for babies. Gold was for kings. Without saying a word, they declared, "This child is royalty, not crowned by men but appointed by heaven." Second, frankincense. This was used in worship, burned in temples, offered to God alone. By giving frankincense, they were saying something dangerous, even radical. This child is divine, God walking among humanity. Then came the final gift, myrrh, a burial spice, used for suffering, used for death. Imagine the silence in that moment, before Jesus ever preached, before he healed the sick, before the cross. His future was already whispered through this gift. A king, a god, a sacrifice. Mary watched quietly. Joseph stood in awe, and the child slept. These gifts also served a purpose beyond symbolism. Not long after, a dream warned Joseph to flee. Herod's rage was coming. Those very gifts, gold especially, would fund their escape to Egypt. God had already made provision before the danger arrived. Christmas teaches us something deep if we're willing to listen. God's plans are layered. What looks simple often carries eternity inside it. The Magi didn't bring toys. They brought truth. And Christmas is not just about what God gave the world, but how the world was invited to recognize him. So this season, remember, the greatest gift wasn't under the tree. He was laid in a manger,